Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I am joined by a very special guest, the one, the only, the beautiful Gwen.
Hi.
Today we wanted to talk a little bit about something that we both think is super important and should be discussed a lot more, and that is self-love. So what does self-love mean to you, Gwen?
I guess loving yourself the way you would love somebody who is really important to you. You know what I mean? I think often we don't take care of ourselves, but if you, every time you do something shitty, you say, oh no, it's gonna be okay, the way you would say it to a friend you love, that's like self-love. Like, you gotta treat yourself like you're actually your best friend and love yourself in every capacity, because you're amazing. And if you hate yourself, then you're only gonna hate other people and hate life, and it's just not gonna be good. But if you love yourself and you're loving of all your flaws as well, then life is better.
I totally agree.
Right?
I think that's something that people talk about self-love a lot, and I even fall victim to it as well, where I'm like, I try to be positive about myself, but then I find myself being so hard on myself. And like, if you wouldn't say it to a friend, don't say it to yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it's like practice. I think it's, you know what, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, apparently 70% of our, something in our brain is wired to notice the negative before the positive, but because it makes sense, like in survival instincts, like you gotta notice all the threats so that you can like not die. But that's why like we're gonna notice the negative thoughts about ourselves, but it's a matter of being mindful and noticing when that happens and like saying, no, I'm cool. So if you're like, oh, I suck, that project was horrible, you can be like, oh no, I learned a lot and I got better at my skill and now I know what to do next time. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna be perfect right away. No one is perfect as well. I think we expect ourselves to be perfect. So then when we make like even the smallest mistake, we're like, oh my God, I'm such a fail. But it's like, you're not, you're fine. We're all fine.
I think that's so important to remember. We're all human and we're gonna make mistakes, and like, you know, you're never gonna be perfect at everything ever. You know? What's something that you do often when you find yourself getting in those funks where you're not treating yourself the best to kind of get yourself out of it?
To get myself out of it. Honestly, lately my favorite thing has been audio affirmations. Like, so I love this one guy, Bob, I forget his name, Bob something, but he'll just be like, I am amazing and I love myself and I am strong and I'm sociable. Like, he has different ones depending on your mood. So say you're like feeling fat or like you're not taking care of your body, there's ones like, I love the food that are good for me and I love my body and the way it helps me get through life. Like, it's just about focusing on just the little things and actually like saying it, because if you just like ignore it, like obviously it's so easy to roll your eyes at affirmations, but for whatever reason it like genuinely works, because you are hardwiring and changing the way that your brain works to notice the positives and to say positive things about yourself. So I love affirmations.
Huge fan of daily affirmations. Like, what I do is I write them down and I like post it, and then I put them on my mirror in the morning.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I say it to myself out loud, and at first you feel a little bit silly, I'm not gonna lie.
It gets so easy after a while though.
But yeah, once you start, and you at your old place, you had them in your shower.
Literally, that I gotta do that again in my new place, because that was really, really helpful. Like, I honestly love affirmations.
Maybe
so
tonight
much.
we'll write out a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of your favorite affirmations?
I love myself. I am so grateful for my body, and oh, there was one, I'm so happy now that I know that I'm a perfect spiritual being, and I am like, we're just the same as anyone else and I can achieve whatever anyone else has achieved type of thing. Like all of those. I love affirmations because honestly it's just true. Like, you're gonna hate yourself, but you are actually amazing.
You are freaking amazing.
Yeah.
You get that, okay?
No, like literally.
Yeah, I love that. I know that some other ones I really love are,
what do you like?
Like, I'm strong enough to overcome any adversity.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I am my own Prince Charming.
Yeah.
And, like, because that's,
I'm solution oriented. That was one that he had.
I'm
like,
solution oriented.
You know, because
like
when you have an issue, it's like, well, I can figure out a solution. Like, every time something shitty happens, there's always a way. You can either focus on the negatives or you can find the positive in it, because no matter what it is, there is a positive, and then that's gonna help you get out of the negative cycle as well. So try your best to not ignore the negative, because I guess you could try to change it, but mostly also appreciate and notice all of the amazing things. Like, if you have a body, even if you don't like the way that it looks or something, does it function, does it move? Like, there are so many things that you can be grateful for to your body, and to love that, and to love yourself. Like, you could just, like, even if you make a mistake, do you have good intentions? Because you could be like, I love myself for my good intentions and the fact that I'm trying my best and I'm trying to be a better person, you know? Like,
totally.
Yeah, I love affirmation.
Me too, me too. And I think that when you're going through something hard, like you kind of have two options, either to let it destroy you and sit in it and be miserable, or use it as a growing experience and use it like to become the best version of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone who is successful that you dream of being, for the most part at least, has been through so many adversities that shaped them into being the strong, amazing person that they are. Like, if you don't go through any hardships, you're gonna be like a weak little pathetic like noodle flopping around. But like,
no one wants to be a pathetic noodle.
No. But if you've gone through so many hardships, like, you're gonna be a strong ass boss bitch who can like take on anything. And then also, you know that you can. So every time you face adversity a second time around, you're like, oh, well, I got through it last time. I can get, like, it builds up your confidence as well, which is really important. Like, don't be afraid of the things that are scaring you. Honestly, every podcast I listen to, they're always like, if you know how to achieve your goal, it's not hard enough. Or if you, what is it? Like, if you're not afraid, then you're going in the wrong direction. Like, you should be afraid. Like, taking risk is what will lead you to good rewards.
It's true, the magic happens when you're outside of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I love like the iceberg analogy. You know, when you see somebody successful, you see the tip of the iceberg. You see the fame, the money, all the excitement, but you don't see all the hard work that comes.
Huge years and years of being bankrupt, like all of this stuff.
Even the podcast in the car, he was saying like any entrepreneurial activity, anytime you want to start your own anything, you have to prepare for like 5 years of just like not great stuff. Like,
you think you got it and then you fall back down, but then you can't let the falling back down stop you. That's what you got to get back up. Keep going.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to truly love yourself and to truly see your own value even in hard times, because it will push you forward. Like, you do have everything it takes to be the most incredible person and to achieve all of your goals. And you need to truly believe that. And I also really firmly believe as well, before you can be super happy with a partner, you have to learn how to be so happy with yourself.
So true.
Because if you look to somebody else to provide you with that love, you know,
it's not going to be a good relationship. Even if it might feel like it at the moment, it won't last, and you're not going to make the best out of each other. Like, you could have a way better relationship if you both loved yourselves first.
Totally, because you need to be happy, independent, you know, like there's the honeymoon phase everyone kind of goes through, but what happens when all of that disappears if you don't have yourself that you can truly rely on and look up to yourself almost, you know? And like, I always try to be the person that other people look up to in a sort of way. Like, you want to, you know, create a positive example for other people, and in order to do that, I think you have to truly believe it yourself. I mean, when you firmly believe it inside too, like when people talk bad about you, like when there's negativity, because everyone's going to face adversity.
Especially if you're doing something different, like, because most people are too afraid to do anything. So the minute you try to, you guaranteed people are gonna try to bring you down. But if you're like, I know that I got this and I love me and I'll figure it out, then like, it's not gonna phase you.
Exactly, and that's the most incredible feeling when you get to that place.
Oh my God, it's literally the best.
It's like so freeing. And if you're not there yet, that's okay, but
you'll get there.
Just work towards getting there, you know? And like, some other things I really love is therapy. Can we talk about how freaking incredible it is? I was even saying too, I think yesterday, like, I think even the happiest people in the world should be regularly talking to somebody.
100%.
You know?
It doesn't matter how happy or perfect you might seem. You're always gonna have weird thoughts in your head. So to have someone help you to work through it. And
to know that it's normal, and you know, it doesn't make you bad or doesn't make you weird, and like doesn't make you any lesser of a person. Also, there's a really incredible resource, I can link it below, in Canada, where you can actually have therapy for free.
I love this.
Definitely I'll link it below. I'll share the number, and you can also go and apply to programs online, and I actually called them to fact check this, and there's so many programs to help you with everything from, you know, addiction to depression, anxiety, even just personal development, self-development programs, completely free.
I love that I have that.
It's incredible, and you know, anonymous, like they're not going to share anything, like nobody has to know. But I really think working towards becoming the best version of you is the only way that you're going to be
fully happy, and fulfilled.
Totally.
Plus, like, every time you go through any hardship, like, think of it as like you're writing your memoir one day. Like, if you didn't go through any hardships, your story would not be relatable to other people, but by having all these difficulties along the way, other people are gonna be like, oh, well, I had that hardship, maybe I can do it too. And like, they can as well. So I feel like it's good to go through difficult things.
Tell them
for that reason.
the thing that you were saying about like, if you were writing down.
Okay, so this is one theory of the universe, because there's honestly a million, but this is interesting to me. So imagine that basically before we were born, we sat down with God or the universe or whoever, and we were like, wrote out our story of our life and like what we wanted to do and how we wanted it to be told. And like, for me personally, like, I feel like I went through a lot of hardships when I was younger, but that like made me so much stronger and like way better now. So I feel like me as like in the heavens writing this, I would have been like, go through shitty times so you can appreciate the better times. And then like you wouldn't write watch TV all day and be boring. Like you would write cool adventures and fun things that you would do. So like imagine your life as a story that you pre-planned, and obviously, you know, there's arcs, highs and lows, because it's like the story of the hero. It's not always butterflies and happiness, but then yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's true. Like think about like if you were writing a story for yourself, like where would you want to be?
Yeah.
How would you want to
How would you want to write your story? Not how do you think you could achieve or what do you think other people expect of you? Like what would your ideal story be? And then work out how to get there, because you can. Like literally Wi-Fi was the figment of someone's imagination sometime. Like imagine 100 years ago someone was like, I'm gonna make Wi-Fi. You'd be like, bitch, what are you talking about? As if, okay, there's so many things that are so normal now that people were like, as if that's gonna happen. So whatever it is, whatever doubts you have or someone else has for you, if it's in your head and you're dreaming of it, anything you hold in your head, you can hold in your hand. So
I love that. It's true. And it doesn't matter where you came from, where you're living now. Like if you put 100% of everything into it and don't give up, consistency, you're gonna get there. And if you truly believe in yourself, which brings back to the self-love,
you gotta believe.
You have to believe that you are worthy and that you have it in you. And plus, when you start to really fill yourself with love, you're gonna attract that type of energy. You're gonna attract that type of people.
You're gonna build boundaries and standards too, to not spend time with people who are bringing you down or toxic or anything.
You're not gonna let people treat you like crap.
Yeah, because you're like, bitch, I'm worthy of goodness. So if you're not gonna treat me good, bye.
Then bye, because you're seriously worthy. And if anyone's making you feel any less than that, I don't care who they are, a partner, a family member, you don't deserve that. Cut that negativity out of your life, because sometimes, you know, you need to be your first priority. Like you need to take care of your heart.
You gotta love yourself first so you can really love other people.
What is that RuPaul quote? If you don't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else?
Love, like legit though.
It's
honestly,
true, it's true.
I like that. RuPaul, I gotta watch that.
I know, it's the best. Anyways, guys, so if you didn't believe it before, I hope you believe it now. You're incredible and you're so worthy of love. And I'm not just talking about other people's love, I'm talking about your own love, okay? You got this. You're absolutely incredible, and
you're here for a reason. Even if you don't know it yet, you'll figure it out. Just don't think that you're unworthy or unimportant or like just not meant to be, because you are. You're so special, I promise. You just don't realize it.
And even if we don't know you watching, we love you.
Like legit though.
For real, for real. You're
I feel like I love everyone.
Yeah,
I feel like I just love the universe.
Just be a good person, just be nice to
do
yourself,
your best.
to other people. And you're incredible.
And just keep on, like, just compare yourself as well. That's the same thing with self-love. Like, don't compare yourself to anyone else, because someone else is always going to be better or have more or something, because they're not you. But compare yourself to who you were yesterday, and just, again, love yourself enough to realize that it's slow progression. Like, no one started off perfect. It's all about growth.
I love that, guys. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please follow me, Gwen, like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.